We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to guide us, to increase our knowledge, to grant us beneficial knowledge, to make us able to understand what He meant in His book. And honestly, I just was reading the whole week and today. Honestly, I tell you the truth, I'm scared of this surah. Okay, this surah really scary. And because I might really do not do the to the surah in whatever I'm explaining to you, I'm not doing a good job, because it's so deep, a lot of science, all kinds of sciences, and in it, if you really study it deeply, you are going to be compelled to believe like the day light, where no one absolutely can bring doubt or makes you question anything. Absolutely, it makes you firm, solid on your iman 100%, like the daylight, if you really study it very well, this surah. So the example that we went through, Allah said, gave it two examples of the truth and falsehood. And the examples are two. One of them is rain coming and the water collected, going down the low area, and the valley gush with a flood water, and on top of the flood water is what we call foam and straws and all other things that is dragged on top of the water. By the end of the day, we see all of that on the surface, whether it is foam or straws and sticks and dry branches and all these things and dirt and felt, all of it being pushed aside if it is solid, or evaporated as if it is not there if it is just foam and bubbles. And the water being stayed and absorbed by the earth, and this process is going to bring forth all kind of good things for humanity. So in this, those words zabad, okay, the foam and what is carried on the surface of the water called zabad, and then has a description, attribute, said rabia. Rabia is a word coming from rabwa and riba, from a hell and from interest. Riba is the same word coming from this rabia. Okay, now let's say you wanna take a bath and you have to have a foam. You take it like we take a fnan to the bath and say, okay, we'll give foam. How do we to create the foam?
You put the bubble soap chemical in there, and then you put the water, let the water run on it, and
now if no motion,
it's not going to be very much foam.
If no motion, what's going to happen?
No foam.
Okay, if there is a lot of motion, and keep motion and motion. Okay, that is what Allah wants us to understand. Okay? Only the fast, continuous motion create the foam. And if no motion, the foam are not going to be there. And this is what is riba. Sell and buy, lend and take, foreclosure, and you have to have all these continuous hard motion, so you see a foam, a lot of money in the bank and this person. But Allah said, just a little bit of silence or stand still, all it is gone. That is riba. Riba, it seems like it increases, and it does increases, so long motion is going on and forth. Every month is statement and notes and these and go and take, and just all these motions what makes the foam multiply and become so big. But Allah said, don't be deceived. It's a foam. What is in these bubbles? What is in it? The air bubbles, what is in them? Nothing more than little air. Huh? Nothing really than little more air. And so when the motion stops, all that air, what happened? It just evaporated. Collapsed, it's gone. So that is the word zabad. Zabad means, since the motion is going on, either the float, oh well, let's go to the other, physics. When you take the ore and you heat it, what is going to happen? Say gold. The metal is going to go where? Down. And the impurity is going to go? Why?
Because of weight.
Because of the density, the mass. Okay, why the dense object go down and the light one goes up? Why? Because of the gravity of the earth. Okay? So the gravity, once you melt, you separate them because it is stuck. The impurity is stuck in the middle of that two dense matters. So when you melt it, the more density body, which is the metals, is going to be attracted by the gravity and goes down. And the one that is light has no density and the mass is very little, but the volume is so big, is going to go up. Now, what is the difference between the impurities going up and the mass going down? One big difference. The impurities that is being pushed out is not cohesive, not connected. And it is just volume and the mass is very little. And it is, on top of that, useless. We got to understand this. That's physics, but it is here. So the impurities, when you melt, it's going to go up because the mass is very little and the volume is big. But by itself, it does not stay like the gold. The gold at the bottom stay together, right? It's connected, very cohesive, and very strong and solid. And it is beneficial. While the things that was pushed up because of the density and the mass, they are basically fragmented, useless. They are not absolutely related to each other. Small parts, and they are going away. And so, now we are talking about what? Gold and impurities, right? What is impurities? What he means? This is example of falsehood. Impurities, Allah is the falsehood. What is the gold? Truth. This is how truth is. It's a connected, it stays, and it is beneficial once it is pure. Falsehood, it is fragmented, not connected, mass very small, volume is big, pushed up, and it is useless. And that's the question, really. Falsehood is useless.
At the center, it is the one that can be seen, visible.
Right, because it is on the top, on the surface. I mean, when you go to these places where they melt, it's a big pole like this, and the heat on it. Only you see on the top the falsehood. But once you take it out, just like the water in the valley, the gold at the bottom, and it is there. And it is so, as we said, so dense, so connected, and so valuable, and stays. This is going to be gone. Basically, the next word said, أما الزبد, zabad, either the impurities or the foam, فيذهب جفاء. Jufa is useless, disconnected, and either evaporated, disappeared, vanished, or been pushed on the side. Now, on contrast, وَأَمَّا مَا يَنْفَعُ النَّاسِ, that is the concept we need to have. Think about it. أَمَّا مَا يَنْفَعُ النَّاسِ, that which is beneficial, fruitful for mankind, yes, stays in and on earth. وَأَمَّا مَا يَنْفَعُ النَّاسَ فَيَمْكُثُ فِي الْأَرْضِ, stays. The quality of the truth that stays. The falsehood vanishes. There are so many scholars, right? They are on the screens, on the TVs, and those and this, and they are filling up the airwave everywhere. But what stays? Nothing. And there are some, very little, and their word goes forever. Actually, their words move the world. If you know example, you give me. Otherwise, I don't want to say examples. Anybody knows example like this?
Imam Ahmad.
Huh? All right. For example, Imam Ahmad in the past, for example, yeah. I mean, he was persecuted in regard to the rich, to the wealthy, to the powerful, the most influenced people in the society. He was not much. But he said few things, and those few things have moved the world. It's not just a state. No, those words have moved and changed the whole world.
Rasulullah.
Rasulullah, yes. Rasulullah, when you compare him to Abu Jahl and Abu Sufyan and all these big shots, he was insignificant in regard to the concept materialistic things. But he say words. That's all what he has. Say words. That consistent with behaviors. By the end of the day, within 23 years, those words he related to the humanity come to us and have changed the whole world. Some other examples from our days. Can you be brave to say?
Sheikh Al-Ali.
No, that's not true. That's not true. No, we're talking about big caliber sheikh, not local ones.
Not local.
Not local.
Sheikh Al-Albani.
For example, have you heard of someone by the name Amr Khalid?
Yeah, in Egypt, right?
Yeah. Have you heard of him?
I've heard of him.
He used to be.
He's in Egypt, right?
Yeah. When the old system was there, he's the only one to speak on TV and programs and all these media. And he has, people, just because that's the only one is there available to listen to. And
They're allowed to.
or allowed to, yeah, allowed to, yeah. Now today, what is he? Less than an ant. Absolutely valueless. On all these programs and all these, beyond your imagination, people reach the point to make him holy.
Wow.
It becomes on the streets, has absolutely no impact or effect, and nobody even want to listen to. He's still trying, but unfortunately. So, that is example. The other example is, as we say, if you take Quran to any other book. Quran is small, has words in it. There is nothing in the Quran more than words. But what is in these words? What? It changes the whole world every single day. and sends me and you every single day. And we have listened to lectures and tapes, and we have seen so many things. But Allah said subhanahu wa ta'ala, the word of the Quran has the supremacy over every other word that can be said by anybody, even the word said by the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
They are heavy.
The word heavier than mountain, though they are just word. So that is just as we said, and this is pure, just like the gold being purified, has no impurity in it, and stays. Quran will stay, and it is beneficial, and it is fresh all the time, and it is as precious. You take it in any aspect, it impacts you. As we just said, if you are artist, Surah Raad is the most artistic passage that ever existed. Forget about the science, whatever in it, and the miracles. Just if you are linguistic or artist, Surah Raad is the most beautiful, most artistic passages that ever been known to humanity, and will never anybody will bring comparable to the art in this surah, whether by the meaning or the way it is composed, or by the dimensions put in your mind and your imagination when you go through it. Okay? طيب, that is just an introduction. So we'll start today. We need maybe some other time to connect those together. There are 4 ideas that we have to put together. The method of science of Iman, which we said يتفكرون, يعقلون, يؤمنون, and يوقنون. This is the method. Reflect, then understand, study and understand will lead you to believe. More understanding will make your belief firm. That is one. The second one we said, the verse number 19, right? 20. No, 19. This is the central theme of the surah. أَفَمَنْ يَعْلَمْ, don't think that those who have the knowledge about this Quran as a truth are equal to those who do not have this knowledge. The example of those 2 kind of people with knowledge about the Quran and the people don't have this knowledge, they might have another knowledge, is just like the blind, as he said, and the one is a blind and the other one has a vision. And we said the obvious example, the blind person believes in falsehood. Any blind, you can make him believe in falsehood. Tell him this is gold and try to convince him in one point of time he might believe in it. He can. He is vulnerable to believe in falsehood, to doubt the truth. The blind also is vulnerable to doubt the truth. And also, the blind can't guarantee reaching his destiny. There is no way. I am going to go to the mall, but anybody can take me anywhere. So here the mall, here you go. So these are 3. Doubt the truth, believe in falsehood, and there is no guarantee to reach their destiny. Anybody who do not learn and get the knowledge of the Quran, he is a blind person, can doubt the truth. And many of us, when the enemies of Islam put a question in our mind, we doubt the truth. Can believe in falsehood. We believe in so many other things that has nothing to do with Islam. And no guarantee that you are going to reach your destiny. Anybody can guide you wherever they want, not whatever you want. And that is why we are scattered. I am a modern Muslim, and he is liberal Muslims, and he is a conservative Muslims, and he is committed Muslims, and he is practicing Muslims, and she is hijabi Muslims, and he is not hijabi. This is what is it. Everybody is leading us. What does it mean? We are led by money. That's what does it mean. If we are led by Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we should be the same, all one. But we are led by money. Oh well, you cannot be that strict. Oh well, hijab maybe some other time. Oh well, interest, there is no other way you can do anything without it. So we are, the Quran maybe or Islam need to be what? Reformed. It's old and things have changed. We got to do reformation. So basically, because, period, we are away from the Quran and we don't have the knowledge of the Quran, we have been led by many. And that's why we are in scattered in our direction, in our understanding, in our behavior, in our reaction, in our standing relationship to Allah. We are scattered. Everyone has his own way, think this is the way it is. But if we have this knowledge, we wouldn't be. And Sahaba will never. Everybody comes to them by all means that we have. It is Quraysh persecuted some, tempted some, negotiated with some, expelled some, killed some. They did the same mean that we did. But Sahaba were all the same, like a golden currency. It's all. Do you see the dollars are different? $1 different than the other one? No, they are all the same. In the qualities, in the value. It's paper, it's paper. But in its value, all they are same. It's a golden coin, it's golden coin, that's all. Now if we are, as we see right now, some of us very dense, some of us thick, some of us this, some of us that. Basically we are led by many guides. Like you can call them guides, because if you follow them, you listen to them, you believe in them, they are real guide. Not the Quran. And so that is number 19. And Brother Umar, if you read the translation again. This is we started the surah with this. We're going to end up the surah with this. And every time we cover one passage, we have to relate it to this.
19?
Yeah.
Inshallah. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Shall he or she then who knows that what has been revealed unto you, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, peace be upon him, from your Lord is the truth, be like him or her who is blind. But it is only the men of understanding that pay heed.
Basically, all of us people of understanding. But what he's saying?
But it is only the people of understanding
Ulul albab
that pay heed.
Except those who pay heed. Means reflect, pay attention. If you are that way, and these are the key words. Either you know this Quran and this deen truth, you are clear, as we said, like the daylight. Or you don't know. Maybe you know so many things other than this. We don't care about it. You are blind. Period. That's what the Quran said. And can be, as I said, vulnerable to all these limitations, as we said. And he said the way out is very simple. The way out is very simple, straightforward. Pay heed, use your brain. That's all what Allah said. I gave you the tool, and I gave you the knowledge. Why don't put it together? I give you the tool, and I give you the knowledge. What is left? What is missing? Nothing, huh? Just you have to create the desire and put the time in it. And so, if you feel your iman is weak, here is the way to make it strongest, not strong, the strongest iman. Here the way. Know that Quran is truth, not believe, not accept, not take it blindly. Know it, study it, reflect, use your mind, criticize it, evaluate it. You can, the door is open for you to find fault in it. Allah said, you are welcome to study it in order to find faults in it. That is going to lead you, if you are sincere, to the right way. But staying away from it, that is the problem. As we stay away. Approach it and learn it in any way you want. Even in a negative way. That I am to go in to find faults. To criticize it. To find. But study it. And that's why many Orientalists, long time ago, they studied the Quran to find faults. And most of them ended up Muslims. And ended up actually doing favor for Islam and spreading Islam everywhere. Many of them. But the problem, we stay away. And actually the enemies of Islam, that's what they want. They want you to stay away. And so long you are staying away, basically they can lead you whatever they want. So last time we were summarizing we forget the other key word. The other key word, istajabu. Which is number
Verse 18.
18? Oh yes, 18. That is another key word. That's okay. Can you just let us the translation?
For those who answered their Lord's call, believed in the oneness of Allah Ta'ala, and followed His Messenger Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam is Al-Husna, Jannah. But those who answered not His call, disbelieved in the oneness of Allah, and followed not Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, if they had all that is in the earth together with its like, they would offer it in order to save themselves from the torment from the fire. For them there will be the terrible reckoning. Their dwelling place will be Jahannam, hell, and worse indeed is that place for rest.
Every one of us already taken the trip. We are already on the trip. And we haven't decided where we're going to go. Can you believe it? Every one of us already traveling. But still none of us, or most of us, have not decided where you want to go. Or the other way around. Somebody get into the airplane, and said, I want to go to Chicago. They say, well, the plane is destined to Memphis. Where are you going to go? You're going to go Memphis, whether you like it or not. Why? Because it is destined, that's what they call it. Predestined the flight to go there. Why did you take this flight? Once you are there, you are predestined. But you are not under any obligation to take that flight. Your destination is your freely, totally your choice. But when you are there, you have no freedom anymore. You're going to tell them, can you land now? Can you take me out? Can you let me out? Can you tell them, let me out? Well, you have no freedom. You are going to go there, you like it or not. They're going to put the cup in your hand if you start saying something loud. You're going to go, you're going to go. So, the choice you take is going to dictate on you the rules, but you are going to end up, as we said, I'm just going down the road. Where are you going? He's supposed not to leave until you know where you want to go. So this is the verse. Istajabu. They have been calling upon us. Here the train is going to Munich. And if you are interested, if your destination, if your goal is to go to Munich, this is your train. I just play around. Train is gone. Okay, I want to go to Munich and take the second train. Oh, well, brother, this is going to Paris. Sorry, you missed it. The call is upon us. Announcement is continuous. Announcement Friday, day, night, birth, death, aging, disasters, the universe around us, Quran, all of this continuous announcement. Take your journey, determine where you want to go. That is the word istajabu. You go to the airport and sit there, and they say the flight is going to Wichita, is going to depart in 10 minutes. Oh, well, I'm busy, I'm going to drink coffee, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. Okay, well, the flight is gone, and the airport is closed. You get to go somewhere, out of here. This is what is it. Every day goes by, it's announcement. Every verse, it's announcement. Every event around us, it's announcement. And you have to what? You have, the verse said, you have what? To?
Verse 18.
Yeah? You have to? Response. لِلَّذِينَ
لِلَّذِينَ
اسْتَجَابُوا.
اسْتَجَابُوا.
All right, say it in English.
For those who answered.
Answer. Okay. If your father calling upon you and you don't answer, if your mother calling upon you and you don't answer, if your teacher calling upon you and you don't answer, it's not accepted. How about Allah is calling upon you and you don't answer? Really, we don't answer. The call comes from Allah. Every breath is a call. And that's the call that we don't answer. And Allah said, basically it's your choice. You want to answer, this is where the journey is going to take you to. What is it?
Al-Husna.
Al-Husna. Jannah. Or if you don't,
Jahannam.
that's it. There are only two. So, again, 18 and 19 are definitely with 17th, which is example as to simplify things to us, are the key verses that must make us take a charge of our destiny. We have to take a charge. Don't let somebody drive you wherever they want. Oh, where are you going? Okay, take me with you. Oh, you find some brothers in the car. Where are you going? Oh, well, we don't know, just we're going to go around. Okay, take me with you. This is, you can do it for dunya, but not for the deen, not for your life, not going to the grave, not going to hellfire, not missing Jannah. You can't do that. These are serious issues. So the profile, Allah has given us a profile of those who have answered the call. What are the attribute, qualities and behaviors of them? And they are, last time we put together, they were 10, right? Always in my mind they are 11, but Brother Michael insisted they are 10. So we need somebody to judge between us. Whether they are 10 or 11, I don't know. I always have it in mind. They are 11 qualities. So let's read together. He's going to read in English, and you count and tell me who's going to be the loser. All right, go ahead.
Bismillah.
Start from 18.
Start from 18.
Start from 18, yeah.
Inshallah. For those who answered their Lord's call,
Okay, so that's the first one, answered. So they pay heed and attention because announcement is going on in the intercom. So they answered. That's one. Keep going.
for those who answered Allah's call is al-Husna. But those who answered not his call is Jahannam. I just kind of short.
That's fine. But as you listen, who did not answer? I mean, they heard the call, but purposely decided not to answer. And every one of us heard the call. And if we didn't respond, we decided purposely not to reply. Okay? So that is one.
Two.
Second, which is number 19.
Now, shall he then who knows that what has been revealed unto you, Muhammad, from your Rabb, from your Lord is the truth, be like him who is blind,
Very tell us? Okay, that's all right.
be like him who is blind, but it is only the men of understanding, or the people of understanding that pay heed.
So the second one was? Or I'll let him read and you tell me what are they and how many. Okay, so the second one, he did it in verse 19. Keep going.
Those who fulfill the covenant of Allah and break not the mithaq, the covenant, the treaty, and those who join that which Allah has commanded to be joined by maintaining kinship and ties, and fear the Lord, and dread the terrible reckoning, abstain from sins, and those who remain patient, seeking their Lord's face, his countenance, perform our salat, they come into salat, and spend out of that which we have bestowed upon them their wealth, secretly and openly, and defend evil with good. For such there is a good end, a good ending.
All right, so how many? Who saying they are 10 and who say they are 11? Brother Bassam. Anybody? We are fighting, me and him. We need one to lose, definitely one to lose and one to win. Last class I said 11, he said 10. And now you are the judge. Are they 10 or 11 qualities?
Idris said 8.
Oh, Idris 8. Oh, you are the... See, I am the losers, but you are the greatest loser. Oh my God. No, they are either 11 or 10. There is no doubt about it. No less. We could not? Nobody count, Brother
I
Warren?
say 11.
All right, I get one in my favor. All right, my side. You didn't have anybody on your side?
Fawad on my side.
10. Okay, so we are no winner. No, we got a brother. Anybody? Or are we gonna read it again?
Maybe read it again so you can.
All right,
So I can write it.
read it again.
For those who answered their Lord's call, believed in the wonders of Allah and his prophet, his last prophet, is al-Husna. But for those who answered not his call, believed not in the oneness of Allah and his last prophet, there is Jahannam. 2? Or what?
That's only one.
1, okay. Shall he or she, then who knows that what has been revealed unto you, Muhammad, from your Rabb, your Lord, is the truth, be like him who is blind or her who is blind? But it's only the men of understanding that pay heed. 2?
2. No, that's number 2. All right.
Okay. Those who fulfill the covenant,
Okay, number 3.
and those who join that which Allah has commanded to be joined,
Number 4.
and fear their Lord, and dread the terrible
No, you missed. Go back again. 20.
Okay. And those who join that which Allah...
No, number 20.
Excuse me. Those who fulfill the covenant.
That is 3.
Okay. And break not the mithaq.
That's 4.
And those who join that which Allah has commanded to be joined.
That's number 5.
And fear the Lord.
That's 6.
And dread the terrible reckoning.
That's 7.
And those who remain patient.
That's 8.
Seeking Allah's countenance.
No, it's Sabr ibtigha wajhi rabbih. That's only 1. 8.
Oh, it's the same. Okay. Perform as-salah.
That's 9.
And spend out of their wealth.
That's 10.
And defend evil with good.
Uh-oh, 11. How come? Okay. Brother Idris, where did you come up with 8? You ate 2 of them? 3 of them? What?
That one, and defend evil with good, it's in 21 also.
Yadra'una, that's separate qualities. And so by there are 11.
I have 11 now, sir.
Uh-oh, tell me what are they?
Well, those who answer the Rabb's call,
One.
I included that when I made my list.
1,
Those who know the revelation is the truth.
2. So answered and know, 2.
Those who fulfill the covenant.
Fulfill the covenant, 3.
Those who don't break.
Don't break their contract and commitment, 4.
Those who join the ties of relationship together.
That's number 5.
Those who are conscious of the Rabb.
Number 6.
Those
Before
who.
that, they are fearful
Or those
Yeah,
who
who said these
fear
two?
the day of reckoning.
Okay, number 6.
Those who
Show patience.
remain patient, seeking Allah's pleasure. Establish salah, give out of what has been provided for them, and
So they are basically 11. Now, the question is not that. How many of them not physical things observed? They are just attribute. And how many of them are behaviors? Look at them and tell me which one really they are just attributes. They are quality. They are not behaviors. And how many are behaviors? Which one are? So istajabu. Is it a behavior or a quality? Intangible. Means you listened and you take action. You decided, that's what I'm going to do. Now, those who have the knowledge of the Quran, what is that? Have the knowledge, not seek the knowledge. Seek the knowledge is behavior, but have it. Yeah, means already done the work and have come to know the Quran is the truth. Okay, somebody knowledgeable, somebody ignorant. Is that a quality or a behavior?
quality.
Quality, abstract, okay. Now, yasilun, who maintain kinship. Is that tangible or intangible?
Behavior.
Ah, that's behavior. Okay, those fear, those who are conscious of Allah. Is that a behavior or it is intangible? Those dread the day of accountability. Okay, those who show patience. What's that? Sabaru. This is what?
That's both actually, because it could be.
Or they translate.
But it is show patience means we get to see the. Okay, so it is tangible. It is behavior. Now, establish salah. Behavior. Spend. Behavior. يدرؤون بالحسنة السيئة. They fight evil with good. All right. So what you can tell when you look to these qualities and the behaviors? Is there any connection between them? They are right. But is there any? See, the person has some qualities in him and has some behavior been shown. And that is where we say, amanu wa عَمِلُوا. What is Iman? Iman is not action. Iman confirmed by action. Iman is belief. Basically understand and believe. That is Iman. And then followed by action. It's not going to work whatsoever unless it is translated into behavior and action. Many of us have a lot of good qualities but never followed by actions. Basically we pray and zakah whenever we can or we don't. The rest of them, the rest of these behaviors we don't. يَصَلُونَ مَا maintain the kinship, well, whenever I like it, or when they do the way I want it, or when they do to me what I want. If they don't, forget about it. Patience. Well, definitely we run so fast out of patience. And then salah, we do it in a way that is convenient to us, not in a way it is prescribed. And then spend, as we said, that is also according to our feeling, taste, mode, conditions. Is not something that is really consistent. And otherwise, when we are mistreated, we only really immediately goes to what we think is to rectify the conditions, to pay back, well, sometimes revenge and retaliation, sometimes not. Like that example, your husband or your wife or your brothers mistreated you or say something not good. You would think, I am patient, so I'm not going to respond and say something bad, but I get to correct this in their head and argue. You are wrong and that is not good and that is bad. That is not what Allah said. Allah said, in all cases like that, your brother, your sister, your father, your husband, one said something like that, you must only aim for one thing. That one thing's, what is the word, response, or action that will bring harmony and peace between us? Because that bad word sparking fires, declaring war. That's what does it mean. And I am going to insist in bringing peace and turn the fire off. So I look for ways, even if it's to give in, why not? Which choice, to declare war and fight and argument and bring the shaitan in middle, or give in and bring peace? Even if you are wrong, still give in, that's fine. So long, maybe in later time you can fix the wrong idea. But not at this moment. And that's what the Prophet said, إِذَا عَزَّ أَخُوكَ. If you see the other side stubborn, full of anger and fire, give in. The Prophet said give in. Don't think whether you are wrong or right. No, give in. Until the peace being restored, you can do whatever you want to do. But not at this time. You know wrestling? Boxing, I'm sorry. Boxing. Just punch and punch and punch and punch. By the end of the day, both of them are losers. Even if somebody wins, but both are losers. It doesn't do any good. So,